it's not about me, it's about you. I really want to help you. I find it so hard to find the right words or the right structure of sentences to be able to say, hey, I fucked up with this. I hope you severely don't fuck up with this, because I know how much it hurts. And if you have, or if you've been there, done that, then I've got great questions to puzzle at your brain in order to solve them. So, on that note, caught you, whoa! My heart did a pitter patter, pitter patter. Anyway, welcome back to episode 4. Healing does not equal happiness. I'm glad to have you here. Let's dive right in. Healing equals happiness. Turns out I was completely wrong. Thought that healing's like riding a bike. Learning how to ride a bike requires you to mess up, fail, fuck up over and over again until somewhat you get the gist of it, and then before you know it, you're off and you ride the bike. And yeah, over time, of course, you need to go through rocky roads or you have obstacles ahead, but even those you'll learn how to navigate. And then that's all there is to it. There's no more learning how to ride a bike, because you simply can. And healing is very much not like that. I think healing's more like learning. Now, I've learned. Because learning is a never-ending thing. And learning is a thing that you do until the end of your days. There's always something to learn. You might get overwhelmed by it. You might lose passion for it. You might not know how. You might need help. You might need guidance. You need mentorship. But learning is something that you'll always do, no matter what. And I think that's what healing's more like. Healing does not look like riding a bike. It looks more like learning. That healing equaled happiness. I was totally off. So, I read a book, and the book is called The Happiness Hypothesis by Jonathan Haidt. Jonathan tried to explain to me in 230 pages, where happiness comes from, because I was curious, right? I'm like, okay, humor me. He says happiness comes from, and I quote, between. So not within, not outside. It is accumulation of good moments, the bad moments, in between everything and anything. And if healing looks a lot more like learning, and it's an everlasting thing, then we are right in the thick of the supposed happiness. So how can we alter our minds to seeing the good stuff, the happy, jolly things right in front of us if we can't see it yet? Let's dig into it. So yeah, I have questions that really hone into, well, thinking outside of the box or thinking a little bit further. And I'll share these questions with you just so you have a little bit of an idea of how to move about these thoughts. Because what I did is I'd always grab these thoughts, put them in the back of my mind, and I'd never look at them again. But I'd always have all these thoughts running around, and I never truly really answered them. And I find that if you answer them, they shut up pretty quickly. So let's answer these questions. Question number 1. When do I feel most at ease in the process? Not happy, not excited, at ease. Because happiness is not only the excitingness, but also the content, the joy, the present moment, the feeling good. When do you feel present, at ease, or good in the process? Because we're going to be doing more of that. Question number 2. Question number 2. Am I judging my healing based on how I feel? Emotions will change, but the progress doesn't change. It stays the same. Imagine you had a great day, right? You checked most of the things off your bucket list. You didn't do all because, God forbid, you're allowed to be human, but you did most of it. You had great realizations and good reflections throughout the day, and you feel good, but something's still off, right? Your mood is still like, maybe I could have done more. Maybe I should have changed this for next week. And your mood is dictating what you've clearly already achieved. The things you wanted to do are done, but for some reason you're feeling like you haven't accomplished it yet, or you're just feeling off or sad or down or whatever, and that's good. That's okay. You're allowed to. I know. But are you valuing your healing in this journey based on that? Because if you are, guilty, but if you are, then we need to change that perspective, because you could be doing God's work, everything great, right? Your entire list, everything you needed to do in a whole year today, you could be doing that. But if you feel kind of off and kind of sad, it makes that, all those achieved things, all the growth, all the process, feel like nothing, insignificant. And we don't want that, because we need to acknowledge and realize that even the slightest of things are moving forward. Moods will shift and emotions will change, so we cannot dictate how we feel or judge our healing process based on how we feel about it. Alright? Question number 3. The question is, and I keep forgetting it, that's why we're reading it, by the way. Can you spot a moment where you grew, or you were growing, even if you didn't feel good going through it? If I'm not happy, then I have not progressed. Because if I was done with healing, I would be feeling great, right? If I'm not motivated, then I must not be doing well. If I'm struggling with things, then I must not have grown, or I must not be on the right track. Lots of us, including myself, guilty, are tying our moods to our successes, our moods to our progress, our moods to our growth, to our healing, to all of that. And it's leaving us very, dissatisfied and sad and demotivated, because of course, if I feel like crap about something, but I have actually done the things I needed to do, then it sort of undermines all of that. It makes it insignificant, whilst we did move on, we did grow, you did grow. The whole thing with this video as well is to get you to see the growth beyond your good moods or your bad moods, to get you to see the healing and the happiness that comes with it, even if you don't feel good. Because you know better than anyone that healing is not about being happy at all. And the more you measure up your happiness by the way you heal, the more you'll miss the growth that you're actually experiencing and processing. If you look at our growth and our healing from a neutral point of view, you gain a lot more peace. And peace could equal happiness. Let's round this up. This video today was to remind you of something that we forget so often, is that healing is not an end destination. It's not an I finished, I equal done, and success and achievements. No. Healing equals the between the trying and the rising and the giving up and the going back at it again. Now, the questions I gave you today were not here to radically change your life. No. The questions here today were to raise awareness and to show you, or maybe find out where it is that your, self-sabotage might be coming from. The questions are also here to help you rewire your brain, to train it to see the growth beyond your moods, beyond your validation, towards the healing that you're trying to do. So regardless of how you heal or how you feel, you will see the progress no matter what. So make sure you do thoroughly answer the questions, because then you can acknowledge and gain a lot more awareness. And awareness will be clarity. Clarity will equal ease. And ease might equal a little bit more happiness. Now, without further ado, if you have any questions at all, please do ask them. Put them in the comments. I'd love to look at them. If you resonated with this, then subscribe, like. And if you haven't seen my previous videos, then I'll put them up here or here, wherever. And I will definitely see you next Sunday. And hey, you're doing way better than you know, okay? You're doing way better than you think, so stick at it. I'll see you next Sunday.